Yeah.
Yeah,
Hi
I
there,
have two ghosts that are
recording.
going to be acting on, like, past instructions.
Yep. Hi there, recording. Welcome back to second session of this giant mess I put all of us in.
Clusterfuck Part 2, the Electric Boogaloo.
Woo!
Chicago
Indeed.
clusterfuck.
Yep, endless clusterfuck. And I believe the red tape.
Why would
got
you
the
do this
last-
to yourself, Nick?
What?
Why would you do this to yourself in terms of information tracking?
It's fine. I would not do this in person, but Roll20 is actually really good for this.
In fairness, we've been pretty good about knowing what we want to do when our turn comes up, too.
Yes. Wash. Oh, wait. Oh, I don't have that in the notes anymore. Mind, that's a surprise for later. But I believe the red tape was the last person to act.
Yes, that is correct.
So
She
who's
pulled
the
out a
red tape passing
contract,
to?
tried to summon a being, and now instead has 1 minute. You get your actual name on the cat icon. Give me a sec.
Well, currently,
His name is
the
Gwen
cat
of the Green
is
Death.
named Gwen the Green Death, the being that she summoned and bound to her service.
Yep.
Like, Tamarin is not a prince of cats, Lord of Chicago, is not currently this cat's name.
And indeed, she is passing to Gwyn the Green Death and just like, explain.
Make it overcome.
I'm pretty sure I have to answer this honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Amazing.
I found out that that you were going to gain control over Gwen the Green Death and bind him to his service. I decided that any being, but you in particular in this case, having control over Gwen the Green Death is not a good idea. And the fact that this was foretold by fate, I can't alter it, I can't do anything about that, pissed me off on principle. So I figured out a way to make it so that instead of gaining control of the Grim Reaper, you ended up with control of a fake cat that currently, due to other circumstances, has 0 powers over death.
She is just gonna stare at the cat for a moment. Well, half of what you just said sounds like lies and nonsense, but if it is indeed true, I suppose well played. We'll see whether or not you are useful for my purposes. And now it's Good Spirit's turn to pass initiative to someone.
I do have my minions.
Oh yes, you do have your minions. Have your minions do something.
Yeah, which, based on before where I was working with the party, followed by trying to work with the mob, attacking the Italians, attacking Red Tape, but seeing as how I'm currently working with Red Tape, I don't think that's going to continue on.
Yep.
So the D8 boost minion is going to boost Satanic Shot.
Thank you.
Nice.
And the D6 attack minion, shoot, Felix still has his reaction, doesn't he?
No, I don't believe he does.
Yes, he did. He took an action that ended the boogeyman.
Well, Satanic Shot can end him.
Yeah, I'll have the D6 attack bazooka, because that also is protecting jitters.
Yep. And bazooka's reaction is only useful for increasing someone else's damage, as we've learned.
Only a 3 rolled.
That's still a solid chunk of his remaining health.
I then will be passing, Ash, do you want Satanic Shot to take the shot now, or do you want me to give it to Velen first? I will pass the Satanic shot so that she can take the shot now.
I have to move from my rooftop position to be in the same zone to shoot Felix, correct?
Yes, but luckily you have a movement power, so it's fine.
Cool.
I feel like I
I'm
really
gonna do that.
I feel like I should really pick up a movement power.
They are handy.
I mean, you have me for that exact reason.
Yeah. It's useful, but not needed.
Yeah, but now I'm the only one in the party that doesn't have one.
Yeah, and you'd better believe Theodora would try to defend, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I imagine Satanic Shot jumps off the rooftop, walks over to where Jitters is, just kind of pops her pistol over his shoulder, and says, "Don't move," and then shoots at him.
You're gonna give poor Jitters hearing damage.
That's
Monster.
not believe it or not, that is not my priority right now.
But maybe
I'm
it
also
should
using the
be.
+2 boost.
Yep. So that's 8, which is enough. So
Ooh.
here's a question: how lethal is this shot to Felix? Because he is going down.
I don't think it's lethal, but I think Ruth makes it hurt.
Even
Right
though
in the side of the
you did
knee.
witness him, even though you did see him kill the boogeyman, quote unquote.
Okay, so this is important. Ruth has used guns before being a hero. So I don't think she's taking a kill shot unless she really means it. And I
think that's
don't think she
reasonable.
means it in this point. I think she's going to take that shot, get Felix out of there, and then turn to Malguin because she's the only person who she knows is involved in this deal, and just shout over, "The second in command of the Italians is down. Take the fucking win."
You're not hiding with Daddy. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Ellie?
Are you passing to Malguin?
If Foundry, are you okay with that?
Yeah, fine by me.
Cool. Then yeah.
Okay. Malguin is basically going to be like... Malguin is the reasonable one. I just have a question for Wex's purpose.
Yeah.
For the Boogeyman's arc and what's going on, I'm just asking you, do you want Felix to remain around after this battle?
Yeah. Are you kidding? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Okay.
If you did not kill shot it, 100% that slippery ass motherfucker needs to be around so I can complete my character development.
I mean,
Yep. Okay. If another PC did not do it. Yep.
Yeah, I think the question is he's asking it because is Siren going to take him out? But yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much the question.
If another PC doesn't do it, it makes more sense for me narratively for Felix to live.
Yep. This is why I was asking.
Like, I'm fine if another PC wanted to step in, but given a choice, yeah.
Yep.
That motherfucker's gonna live.
All right, so there's going to be a brief bit of shouting in Gaelic that probably only Gwynd the Green Death actually understands what's going on between them.
Not Sean doesn't?
That's
Sean is
Here's
Gwynd the Green Death.
Yeah, Sean is
the
Gwynd the Green Death currently.
Right. Not, yeah, right, yes. Okay, yes.
He is him.
He is him, you are he.
Which is probably going to get, like, the basic result of, you get back from Siren Malguin. Sorry, blood demands blood. Malguin is going to come in to help finish something off, though. By, moving incredibly quickly. They're just going to actually double team Don Ferrano once, and this is probably going to be the end for him.
Oh.
No, wait, stop.
No, wait, this is, definitely not what's needed.
No, I mean, from a story perspective, this actually is pretty fucking terrible. In terms of how this is actually going to sort out afterwards.
100%. An attempt was
I
made,
don't think
man.
this situation is going to be as good for Felix as planned, seeing as how he's currently unconscious. He might end up in police custody depending on how this shakes out for a short period of time. Which I'll know he'll escape,
Yeah, but it's
but-
like you guys figured out what his powers are yet, have you?
Yes, like I know he's going to be getting away, but like he's not going to be. His original plan was Don Ferrano dies and he takes control, and he's already lost one of his guys. The others are
The other one's on my shit list.
Yep.
like
Um.
this is not just the assassination of the Dawn that he wanted.
Yeah. This
That
is the
gave him
massive
culpable
problem.
deniability.
You know what? Siren is not going to blast Satanic Shot, Foundry, or Jitters, or the group that she thinks is helping her. She's totally hitting the cops.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Is she hitting? Now here's the question: is she hitting red tape?
Yes.
Oh, fun, Siren.
I mean, I'm fine with all of this.
Look, if she's doing it, we don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
And we can just watch the results.
Yep. Let me just roll what her. It's a fair bit of damage. Minute. So Siren is. It takes her her artifact, taking out Don Ferrano and Bazooka.
Kill?
Does she kill? Does she kill them?
Oh, absolutely. No, she came in here going for blood.
Do their heads just explode?
Oh my god.
I gotta know. You can't just say they're gonna die. I gotta know how they die.
No, Don is getting stabbed by the artifact.
Okay.
I think Bazooka's just falling over, blood coming out of his ears and mouth. Well, Theodora still has her shield up, so she just takes a big chunk.
So, Izzy, sorry, you don't get to kill him. Come back, teleport back, and kill him.
This might be better for Mr. C.
No.
Yes, Mr. C's death count is not increasing.
You know, this is a good thing. Out of character, this is a good thing. In character, Mr. C is going to have some turmoil to deal with.
Ooh. Lieutenant,
I'm waiting for Mr. C to realize that I'm dead. I mean, deader. I guess I was dead.
Re-dead, some might say.
Re-deadified.
Those things are scary, man. Fucking Zelda games.
Oh,
They are.
Zelda things are mean. Here's a question: is anyone defending either of the weakened administrators or from this?
I'm not there.
Either of the what administrators?
The weakened administrators, Justice or Order.
Are they obligated to at this point?
You are kind of obligated to, yes.
Yeah, then I'll do it.
You don't have powers.
No, but I don't have magic, but I still can do the physical block thing
What
that a
it
hero
is
can.
he's lost most of his class abilities, and his powers are treated as D4s. But he
Damn,
can just
that's
jump
rough,
in the
buddy.
way and take the hit.
Yeah,
So
I'll be taking the hit.
that is 7 damage coming at you, Gwyn.
Okay, I was at 14, so that does drop me to 7. If I had magic, I would be blocking this in a different way because actually no, they don't count as minions, so never mind.
Yep.
You get to choose which one which one I'm protecting, because I don't think I have any background with order or justice. Like we haven't done things.
Nope.
And I unfortunately I don't think Foundry is in any way able to justify protecting the cops.
Okay.
I mean, I
Basically
feel
would
like
die,
Red Tape should
so
be able to stop
no.
Order or Justice's death, the other one, but
Yep. No, Red Tape will in fact block the other one. I'm just going to say that you block Justice, she blocks Order. And Discipline,
downgrades.
nope. Discipline, Discipline, eerily seems to see where this blast of sound is coming from and duck behind a, obstruction. And, with that, Siren goes, alright, now we can go.
Who does she pass to? The lone enforcer left standing with a -3?
Let's see here. I think she's gonna pass to the minions, where some of her guys are gonna come in. That's their turn. What does Jitters do, everybody?
Can he fucking run yet?
I think Jitters is... Yeah, Jitters can run now. Jitters, I think, is starting to run.
I think Jitters
Good,
fucking leave.
cool. I took a shot right next to his ear. Please leave.
Yeah, Jitters is like, all right, I'm listening, I'm out, peace. And who is Jitters passing to?
What about Kathy and Daniel?
The environment, and you know
Their
it.
environment, not minions.
Oh, okay. Potentially environment or the enforcer. That way Foundry goes last in continuous turn order.
That seems reasonable to me.
Sounds good. We are going to pass to the enforcer, who's shooting Siren.
Yeah, he's at least he's still standing, right?
Yeah, he's still standing. Honestly, he's doing pretty good.
He does have a -3 according to the map.
So he does. That is going to apply to his damage dealt to Siren, but not his healing to himself.
Reasonable.
And then Mogwin's intercepting it and lowering it further. Mogwin has bodyguard. Who could have guessed?
I did.
Not surprised.
That's the enforcer. The enforcer will pass to the lieutenants because they are even vaguely on his side.
Oh, they're on the map. Okay, I missed that those guys were still around.
Yep.
Aren't they all dead?
It's continuing to shoot at Siren. There's one mafia guy left.
Oh, it took me forever to find him because I was only seeing all the ones with X's.
Justice is going to thank Wynn and wonder how you're still alive after that. She's then defending the entirety of the Red Tape's crew. And they're throwing more shots at Siren.
I wonder if Siren's gonna live through this.
She has a bunch of DR, which is actually very relevant.
Also, I'm pretty sure her next turn is leaving.
Yep. You could choices. Now it's the environment's turn. Kathy and Daniel are cowering at right now.
They have
That's
brain
fair.
cells? They have
Any
brain cells?
semblance of self-preservation.
Good for them.
I'm so happy for them.
1 ounce. Just one self-preservation. It's very important.
As a treat.
That
If
is
they don't, we'll take pictures in the future.
All right, and do we still have capitalism listening in? We do. Capitalism. Do you want to do the environment twist?
Oh god, I don't even know what the options are.
Oh no, I'm going to tell you. So capitalism. Pick a pick. Option 1, option 2, or option 3.
Option 3 is the highest number.
Okay. Capitalism. Because
Yeah.
capitalism is here and helping, choose targets to heal 6.
Ooh. Who tipped the
Because
best?
the citizens of Chicago are trying to help as much as they can.
Let's see. How you guys doing with your health?
So...
Not good, man. Not good.
Foundry and Satanic Shot, not good. Have been worse, has been better.
You're not great either.
How many
Not
people
great
do I
either.
get?
Any targets.
Oh, okay. Well, then we start with the party. Red Tape has had a cordial conversation with me in the past.
Oh god.
Okay. Are you also helping her administrators, which is mostly just re-upgrading them one rather than a full heal?
How did they tip?
Pretty well.
So, Wash, you weren't around for this. One of the administrators is my wife, who is currently in the ICU across town.
She is
Can
not
I heal
currently in the
Izzy's
scene.
wife across town?
All right, my food is on the way. Also,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, narratively, you probably shouldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
narratively, I don't
narratively,
think
she's out of the scene.
Okay. Obviously, Jitters will be getting a health bump.
Oh,
Yeah.
Obviously.
someone just passes Jitters a coffee.
Yep.
Oh, fuck that. Give that man a superhero outfit.
No, do not encourage him. We are not playing up the trope that if you hang around superheroes long enough, you become one or become a villain.
Mm-hmm.
We're not
Hey.
doing that.
All animals
could
because
be,
you
though.
pet the dog and you scratch the kitty.
Sounds good.
That's probably. I want to. If I'm the environment, I want to be at least slightly even-handed. You know. That looks like it. Nobody else is really popping out as having left an impression, though I have been
Does
out of the game for a
Baldwin
little
count
bit.
as a dog to pet?
No, yeah, he does.
Okay. And I'm trying to remember. Yes, no on Red Tape's minions or lieutenants.
I'm going with no on the minions, yes on Red Tape herself.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
That's 6 HP, you said, right?
Yep.
Cool. Thank you.
Do
Math hard.
do I get this Nick, or do I count as not being around?
You are not around right now.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, I've got your midday special. I've got your midday special. Who ordered the cortado with a shot of morphine?
Yo.
Ah, good to see you. Do I hand this to you, or is there like an emergency induction port?
A little like R2D2 grabby hand pops out of the chest and grabs the drink.
Excellent.
Oh, I,
And Foundry
I
gets the
got-
last action.
I definitely have an image for this.
Oh boy. So does it look like the rest of the group is like preparing to run?
The rest of the group is Satanic Shot.
Okay, fair.
My plan is to grab Boogeyman's ashes and bowl.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does Boogeyman have a body, or is it just
Yeah, that's
I
a
would
actions?
good
say my
say-
body I think if I had to describe it, is it didn't crumble to dust, but it basically like almost like insta rotted away to like broken skeleton.
I feel like there needs to be a skull and a coin left.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, yeah, Foundry is going to very gently put your remains in a storage compartment and then leap the fuck out of the scene.
Also, Dan, for your little grabby hand.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, grabby hand time.
Excellent.
All right. Oh, I think I know how this is gonna go next turn. All right, Foundry, who gets next action?
I mean, I feel like the
Yeah.
responsible answer is we give it to Satanic Shot so we can fucking leave.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, let's just give it to Satanic Shock.
Yeah, I might suggest the mob after because I think then the mob runs next as well.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna GTFO. I think I'm gonna also grab Jitters and just teleport with him because I'm not leaving things up to chance right now.
Reasonable. I'm gonna drag the two of you into the survived column.
Excellent, thank you.
Yay.
I'll pass to the dog that doesn't listen.
The dog listened, his master didn't.
Same difference. Do you
Um,
think Satanic Shot has a clear idea of anything that's going on right now?
You know
Do
what?
you?
Fair. And I think it's actually time for something that might make Mr. C have opinions. Mr. C, a ticket's being called in, or 2 tickets are being called in.
I know exactly who the two are fucking calling them. It's the Faustinis.
No, Malgwin and Siren.
You know what? I'm okay with those. I'm going to have opinions about it, but yeah, I will. Okay. I guess that means
They're
that I'm
calling in tickets and asking to be dropped off at their warehouse that you already know about.
I could just send them back to Ireland.
Well, yes, but that's not what what the passenger is asking to be dropped off at.
Okay. Are they passing to me so I can take them out, or is this just an instant thing on their turn?
It's an instant thing on their turn. They can pass to you afterwards, though.
Okay. Well,
But it is, however, a train is seen pulling them out of this.
yeah.
Good optics.
Very good optics.
Oh,
I mean, I'll comment on the fact. I can comment on the fact of like, that is magically those train passes are magically binding. If you have one, can't disagree. But I'm not sure I want to do that yet. We'll see how my time with them goes.
Yep, you're just sitting there holding your tongue for now.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, they're passing to Mr. C.
the question is, do I want to dig myself into a hole here?
That is a question only you can answer.
You know what? Fuck it. We're still pissed off. So as I'm pulling up with the train, to collect those tickets, I'm looking at them like, you have a ticket too? I'm gonna say, looking at Siren. And then
Look, is she just gonna say, I paid for this one? It's not a permanent one. It's just a regular ticket.
He's just going to look at her. He's going to look between Siren and then look over to Theodora and say, I'm gonna say this once though. You get your ride because you paid for the ticket, but you two have hurt me in a way I cannot even explain.
Is Theodora getting on?
No, she's not getting on, but I'm saying this before I pull out of the area while I'm on the train.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying this to two of them. I'm just gonna be like, I want you two out of the Chicago city limits within 24 hours. I don't want you to come into this city ever again. I don't care if you take a car to get out, if you go by boat, or if you walk out. You have 24 hours. After that point, I will send a train for you, and it will take you to your final destination. I'm getting on the train, punching her ticket, and jetting.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say that after I killed Ferrano, but oh well.
Yep. Yeah, you're saying that to Siren and Mogwin, I'm assuming?
No, I'm saying that to Siren and Theodora. Mogwin never attacked anyone.
Mm-hmm.
He attacked Jimmy the Shark and he did overcomes. Siren was attacking indiscriminately and Theodora attacked the rooftop. The other people who attacked the rooftop are already dead. So I don't care about anybody else. But those two are on my list.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what my next turn in red is going to be.
Yep. Well, you get a regular action too.
Oh, beyond speaking?
Mm-hmm.
Can I take this action after I drop them off since that was on their turn?
Certainly.
Yeah, because I'm so pissed and I don't want to have to deal with this anymore. I would like to make an overcome, Nick.
Okay.
Again, put myself in some hot water. I want to invalidate every ticket that was not issued by me.
Oh.
Yep. That is gonna put Mr. C in some hot water, but
Do I have to make an overcome for this?
you have to make a few overcomes, but you have the time in this fight.
That's fine. Well, I've got 2 rounds of red left, so I might as well use my good dice.
Yep.
I'm in this mode. I'm assuming this is trains, and I'm going to assume this is magical lore.
Yes.
Fuck it. Principle of order. I hate the fact that people have tickets that I don't know about and can be called in willy-nilly. It has to be structured, it has to be ordered, it has to go through me.
Sounds correct.
This is how we become Parallax, Izzy.
This is Mr. Conductor looking up and saying, I guess I am a chump for trying to be a hero and protect people. Guess all I am is just a vigilante in Chicago.
As if we're going with the Green Lantern metaphor, this is how we become Parallax. You should stop this.
Too late. Give me the major twist.
Why, Izzy?
Because it's Izzy. Can't stop, won't stop.
No, plot consequences is that major twist. Moving on.
Actually, I did have a +2 that was given to me at the end of last session. Would that apply? I don't remember what the +2 was for.
Minor twist will also be plot consequences for this one.
That's fine.
Who's
No,
next?
you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Negate the minor twist.
Okay. No minor twist.
Thank you, Izzy.
You're welcome. I'm
Yeah.
gonna roll again next round in red.
All right. Who are you passing to?
Who's left?
Yeah, but I'm
Everyone.
hoping you won't roll a 1, a 3, and a 2 when you're making your overcome.
Hopefully.
I'm technically still around, but it will just be my ghosts acting.
I'll pass it to you, and then you can pass it to the red tape.
Yep. So
Let me just move.
ghost will
people
go over
who are
here,
out
boost
off.
the other ghost.
Oh, you sure
That
you don't wanna
is
get-
a +3,
Yep.
and we'll try to attack the enforcer. That is 8 damage.
Mm-hmm. Ah, he gets to actually use his reaction defend against this one. 0 damage, take 14 damage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that just auto kills the minion.
Yep.
Annoyingly, not the D8 minion.
Oh, sorry, never mind. It takes damage equal to the damage reduced +1. Never mind. Ignore what I said.
Well, I mean, damage
That still
reduced
just kills
+1.
it.
That was 8 damage +1 was still better than a D6. So
Yep.
still gone.
Still
And
gone.
the D8 boost minion I created at the very start of the fight and went, this won't last long, I'll give it explosive, is still around.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, I'll pass to the red tape.
The red tape is going to look at this and just say, okay. Leaving the vigilantes as a problem for later, we are going to deal with the problem now. Which is the enforcer currently? That feels like the problem now. Do. 1 minute. Power is going to flow. Man, Gwyn, this feels really weird, especially since you're powerless for how much. It's not magic, but it feels really reminiscent of magic she's throwing around as Enforcer Antonini is getting grabbed and bound by a tremendous number of red ribbons that have flowing text. That's 26 damage. She is injuring herself as part of this and hurting herself, but...
Is he down?
No, but that knocked off more than half his health.
Ooh.
And he was pretty high up there since he kept healing.
Yes. And that the Enforcer stares at Theodora, and she's basically like, I wouldn't help you even if you asked. Theodora's grabbing Felix, and they're vanishing into shadows. Red Tape's just passing to her next. After that, does the corpse of the boogeyman want to do anything?
I gotta check what my out action is.
Well, wasn't his skull grabbed and ran away with?
Yes, but he's... actually, that's a good point. He's out.
Hey,
Enforcer Antonini can't actually escape the red tape, so he's getting taken in.
Ah,
Yeah. Get fucked, Antonini.
We can pick up those guns if we want.
You'd have to go deal with the fact that the red tape has him incredibly bound for that.
Oh no, I meant after he's at the police station.
Mm-hmm. So, after this, we have a brief question of what to do, which is, I think it's probably going to be everyone but Gwyn discussing what the hell just happened first.
You guys.
Yeah, real quick before we do that, Nick, point of interest, because I misread part of my sheet. I could not overcome in the mode I was currently in.
Oh, so you would have had to quick change out of it.
Yeah, I'm going to say, is it okay if I just burn a +1 boost I had banked?
Absolutely. Give me your one last overcome before red is out, Mr. C. Because I think that's the last relevant action right now.
I have to keep going to try to break the tickets, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, which mode actually gives me the best dice for this? Sorry. Do I have a D12 train anywhere else? No. 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 Oh! Oh, nope, can't overcome in that either. Can't overcome in there. I can't overcome in any of these modes?
You
Okay.
decided to build yourself as overcome only in green.
Yep,
There's a problem.
okay.
It is your own fault.
Yeah, oh well. That would have been great if I had called a principal.
Do you want the major twist?
Yes.
Okay.
I know what my major twist is going to be. That's fine.
Yep.
Do I need how many more successes do I need to successfully break that? Or
I'd say you need one more, but we can do that in the next scene as well, I mean, it's probably Foundry meeting up with Satanic Shot first, unless Mr. C drops in on them.
I probably wouldn't, because I'm going to be fuming and pissed off about dropping off, Siren.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let them take the scene for now.
Take the scene.
I think. Oh, go for it.
I have no idea if we've just made things better or worse.
Listen, I get that I'm not really part of this team, but answer me one goddamn question. That Irishman, the mechanic from Keely's, did you fucking kill him? Because I've been a fucking idiot this entire time, thinking that you guys had some type of fucking morals.
I'm actually. Who are you asking if we killed?
The one we framed. The one we
He's
faked
in
the
Detroit,
death of.
guys.
Yeah.
The one that we what?
The one
We
we moved
faked,
to.
we faked his death. We faked Keely's death.
Oh,
The Irish mechanic.
oh, no. That was we faked. No, we faked his death.
Well, that's
I
some
will-
fucking sentence, I guess.
I will explain the details that I do not at all remember out of character.
Fair enough. Ruth seems like a little bit placated by this, but she's obviously still like fuming.
The main details are he wanted his death faked so the mob wouldn't come after him.
Which almost worked, but Mogwin basically made us confess. So
yeah, no.
wouldn't kill us.
Out of character, I watched that episode, I took notes. In character, I don't know anything, so
Yep.
I'm fine with speed run. So today then was the first time you lot killed anyone.
I can't speak for the rest of the group before we all met up, but as a bunch of as a group of heroes, yeah, that was it.
Can't even really get into this right now. Fucking. Do you have any idea what's going on at all? With Mr. C, with the boogeyman, with fucking whatever the hell good spirits pulled off.
Is he here right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Look, I'm just a metal worker. I don't pretend to know a lot about all the magic stuff going on with these people.
I mean, you got my skull, Dan.
Yeah, what the fuck am I supposed to do with your skull?
I don't know. Pull it out. Alas, poor York.
Talk to
The
him.
coin feels like magic to you.
Yeah, but Foundry doesn't know what the fuck to do with magic.
Reasonable.
Does the boogeyman, like, has he ever been like this before?
Not that I know
Like,
of.
Like, he opens his chest cage, like, all the goddamn time.
We've never seen him like this.
Does anyone know? Well, like, what does he do to get patched up? I imagine that's different from you and I.
I mean, he wanders off and talks to, I don't know, he has a guy that does it.
I probably would have mentioned it to you at some point, Dan.
Yeah, I guess I'll mention what little I know about what's his face.
I gotta remember his name.
He was on screen once.
He was twice actually.
Right. So let me get this straight, Foundy.
Gus. His name is Augustus Motzen.
Yes, that guy.
Do we have any idea? Okay, so that we can try and see about taking him to Gus, I guess. Do we have any idea what's going on with Mr. C and Good Spirits?
I honestly couldn't tell you. That all kind of came out of nowhere.
You're supposed to be their fucking teammates. I get why I'm not at all allowed in the inner circle, alright? But God!
Look, I appreciate wanting to know things. I get it.
It's not about always knowing things, Foundry. It's about a little bit of fucking trust. Some trust that your teammate doesn't run off trying to 1v1 some fucking weirdo in the middle of a goddamn turf war. It's trust that your team, you know what your teammate's gonna do when you're not looking, and instead fucking kill a man in broad daylight in the middle of the city, in the middle of goddamn 19 different reporters. It's just that your teammate might not explain how processes work because there's some twisted up fate, but they'll at least give you some outline on what the fuck you're supposed to do. And I get why I'm not part of that. But I was really hoping, Foundry, that maybe you guys were actually a team.
Yeah, well, that makes two of us.
I gotta go down to the Tribune right now and see if there's at all some story that I can spin so that not everybody ends up completely fucked. And that's the only thing that I can do right now. So please, Foundry, I need you to help me out here and do something.
What do you need?
See if this ghost guy knows anything about fixing Boogeyman.
Of course, I'll do what I can.
Thanks, Andre. She kind of hesitates for a moment, as if she wants to say something else, but then just kind of tucks her hat down a little harder, and then just says, "I gotta go," and leaves.
As you're walking out the door, for what it's worth, I don't think you're wrong.
Thanks, Andre.
All right. I think we are going to briefly jump over to Gwyn, who, after the red tape, is going to ask probably Discipline is the least wounded to bring Gwyn into, her office in City Hall and say, stay there while I make sure that this man does not cause more problems. The enforcer and the actually the three mobsters and the one mafioso lieutenant and minions that she captured. And you're going to have probably a good 10 minutes with just the administrators standing there kind of awkwardly staring at the cat to do what you would like and say what you would like.
So, do any of you know what what her deal is?
Coming from Order First, well, she's the strongest super in the city who's formed our team and has been trying to outreach to others to prevent that. How can you talk? Are you shapeshifted into a cat?
Nah, my shapeshifting's not really working at the moment, so this would be this is just me as normal. But do you any of you know how her what her whole deal is? It's not quite magic, but it's pretty damn close. And do you know anything about her ribbons or things?
They all look askance and just from the corner, discipline with their arms crossed. Magic doesn't exist.
Your boss took out a scroll to try and summon the Grim Reaper in that fight.
Look, one, I'm not really sure what's going on, but supers have weird powers. That guy can make weird contracts that apparently are enforced. I don't know. There's a weirder mind controller in Vegas.
I mean, I'll give you that you guys have gotten some weird powers these days. Didn't really have things like that of your own a few hundred years ago. You guys need to stop making things so damn complicated. But saying magic doesn't exist is just going to get you in trouble in the long run.
You get a brief one from Justice, who's sitting because she's quite injured. Okay. Hundreds of years ago. How old are you?
Let me think. How old is he? I feel like I should just roll a bunch of D100s and up it if that's too small.
Roll. Actually, let's just say, to be fair, roll 4D100 plus 300.
Okay. Why is keyboard acting weird? Dumb. Sorry, give me a second.
Or B100 plus 300.
So, about 547, I'd say.
They're gonna stare then, like, he has to tell the truth, right? That's what she said that he has to do, right?
Yeah.
You're going to get a little bit of them trying to quiz you on historical facts from that time while pulling out encyclopedias before the red tape comes back.
I mean, I'll answer, but there's going to be a lot of cases of just like, fuck if I know what was going on there. I was back in Ireland.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, briefly, coming back in, you first see the red tape comes in, her administrators just, bow their heads slightly. She looks around. All right. Win then, considering what you did. We have to talk. Discipline. There's been a record entered for Stacy at. Where did Mr. C drop her off? Is he?
What's the best hospital in town? Is it I'm assuming the Chicago General?
Yeah, probably Chicago General.
Then Chicago General.
There's been a record entered for Stacy in Chicago General. Go see that she's all right and provide what aid you can.
Oh shit, we're finally getting to see her secondary power on screen.
Mm-hmm. Like, now then, win. I had hoped that all of this would lead to the super who can create enforceable contracts actually being under my control and allowing us to finally fix problems in this city. Out of curiosity, are you also capable of creating those?
I mean, every Fae can do that. Like, that's not Gwen's big thing. I mean, Gwen cares a bit more about them than I do. I never really liked liked that part of the thing.
Mm-hmm. Just like, okay. Do you need to... She's going to quiz you a lot on how this works. Like, detailed specifics. Can you write one right now that is a very simple and easy test to prove that it works?
Sure, though, because I'm going to be forced to do that, I'm going to do my best to make sure it somehow involves shenanigans for them.
Oh, no, she's asking for something simple, like, you have to sit in a chair for 5 minutes and cannot, and, like, if trying to force to leave, you must fight as hard as you can to not, get up from the chair. She's specifically looking for not dangerous shenanigans to see whether or not this works on you, works on other people.
I mean, I wouldn't be going for dangerous shenanigans. I'd be going for shenanigans. But yeah, that's fine. It would be okay doing something like that. I would try to figure out stupid shenanigans though as well. If they're not paying too close attention or dictating exact words, then I will be trying to do that.
Oh, Red Tape would be dictating exact words, but she's open to suggestions, which gives you some leeway for really dumb shit that you mostly realize Order disapproves of and Justice is mostly fine with.
Okay, good to know. I'll make note of that.
And, there's going to be probably a few hours of testing whether or not, humans can be bound to actions by Fae contracts. She really, really, more so than the others, actively denies the existence of magic, and to an extent, it's hard to work what little bits you have in her presence.
Have you never heard of a Gias before?
It's a myth. Common for many folk religions.
Just going to sigh and shake head of... Seriously, we leave you alone for a century and you guys act like this.
This is going to go on for a few hours, and then we're going to hit the end of the workday, and she's going to say, very well. Gwen, per the terms of the contract, I'm not going to force you to stay around past the end of the workday. Be here at 7 a.m. sharp, and we are going to finish the day at 8 p.m. sharp as we did today to further understand this.
There's going to be blink, shrug, and then we'll end up going leaping across rooftops to meet up with the rest of the team. Not exactly how I was expecting this to work, but sure.
She's done the worst thing possible. She's turned you into a grindstone employee.
You're
There will
on
be
that
revenge for
grind,
this later,
bro.
clearly.
You're on that grind now.
You are now an employee.
I
She's got
have
your,
an hourly schedule.
you're gonna have a W-4 waiting for you in the morning.
Truly a fate worse than death.
Yep. The worst of but please talk to each other as my dinner is going to be arriving sometime soon, so I'm going to mute myself while the team converses.
I'll get right on that.
Yeah. Question: which one was the one who disapproved of the contracts being made? Was that Order or Justice?
Order disapproved of shenanigans. Justice was fine with them.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not about the contracts, it's that Order is like, okay, but why the chicken dance? And things like
the
that.
chicken dance exist?
Or some silly dance or something like that
Carlton.
that I'm imagining is in Good Spirits shenanigans.
Okay,
An
chicken
Irish-
dance was 1957, so not
an-
yet.
an
But I would
Irish
find
jig.
something.
An Irish jig.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
it's very simple. Order's just like, can we please stick to the point every time this comes up?
No point, only foxtrot.
Yep.
Yep.
You've created a new dance style.
You're expecting a cat to stay on a desk?
How dare you?
Yep.
He's just a
But,
silly little guy.
Before you meet the team, Good Spirits, give me an overcome for you trying, like, what are you trying to figure out while meeting with them? Because I know you also are going to have some other angle, even though they're trying to distract you and insist on things.
So I'd want to be figuring out how the hell Red Tape's power works and why she has a claim on the city and can do kind of things that would only expect of an entity like me.
Fair enough. Give me your first overcome, because that's going to take a little bit for you to figure out, but hey, you have 3 days.
Yep. I don't have a power for this.
You don't have any powers at all right now.
Your D4s.
Yep. D4. Can I use other worldly mythos?
Yeah, you have your qualities. That's
Do
fine.
I count as in green or yellow or red?
You are in green currently.
I don't think Immortal or Chaos qualifies for this one.
Not particularly, no.
Let's see. Do I have... I'm not going to be spending them on other things, so I'm going to use two of the hero points I have for the session on this roll. Just to make it slightly more likely to be a success.
Wow.
The third die has 1, 1, and 6.
Major twist.
Do you want the major twist?
I will actually take a major twist for once.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Join the club.
We will handle that afterward, because you guys should roleplay, as I think my food is supposed to arrive within like 3 minutes.
Would this be before or after I've talked to the Boogeyman's guy?
Probably after, because Good Spirits has a full workday now. Which Gus really doesn't know. He's like, he comes in and I stitch him up, and like a cadaver he's a mortician. He's like, yeah, like for a funeral, like if someone's hurt, you stitch him up, you do some skin replacement. He sometimes heals, like a bit by himself, but he can't reattach parts.
Damn. Alright, well, guess I'll see what I can find out.
Yep. Alright. Grabbing food. The team is as back together as Mr. C would like to join them, but...
Well, I'm assuming I'm probably going to spend the night in the hospital, but then as soon as discipline shows up, I'm assuming the cat's out of the bag, so I'm going to need to leave.
She's probably going to show up, stare at you briefly.
Yeah, I would be in plain
and then move over to the doctor to double check what's going on.
I would be plain clothes in the hospital, but I don't think it matters at this point.
No,
I am royally fine.
You can tell she knows, but she's like, I'm not going. She's just like, nope, not going to make this confrontation happen right now. go to the doctor, approve some additional like treatments that can help that will be paid for. Like she's going to get brought away for some additional treatments at some point after discipline shows up.
Yeah.
That were way too expensive for Mr. C to pay for by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Salaries.
I'm just going to look at her, give her a nod, and then just like walk out of the building, and she will not see where the hell I go.
Yep. All right. I now have to jump. Be back in a little bit. Please replay.
So I am going to be entering the bar as a cat and kind of what I get, who is going to be there when I show up, and what's the going to be going on.
I think
Is everyone going to be there?
for the fun of conversation, I think Ruth has set herself up in a corner booth with a typewriter, and there's just like a bunch of empty shot glasses in front of her as she is typing furiously.
Foundry's probably slumped over the bar with a couple empty glasses, and you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, we probably got the skull and coin, just kind of like, because I assume this is not like normal business hours.
No,
Yeah,
definitely
So
not.
imagine the
yeah,
bar
so the
shut down.
skull and coin are just gonna be like on the bars, just kind of staring at him.
Fuck, he didn't just reconstitute back on his own? Yeah.
Good
Fuck, I'm gonna
spirits.
need to
You're the
look up
one
that.
who brought him back to life. How did you? It had something to do with that coin. Can you do it again?
Well, there seems to be still some magic here, so I could try working something, but kind of don't have power for a couple of days. I wanted to try and limit whatever the red tape was going to have a hold of, like going to be holding a paw, and like the best he's going to get is a slight like shimmer around it. So I might need to wait on that before I can do that. Was also kind of a little bit wasted to high heaven when I did it, so not exactly 100% sure what I was doing at the time, but it can't be that hard if I managed it drunk.
Is Mr. C here yet?
Not yet, but I did not realize he pushed it back while he was playing.
Oh no. Good Spirits was completely, absolutely wasted when he resurrected the boogeyman, to the point that as soon as he finished, he said one short sentence and then passed out and reverted to being a cat.
See, I've been under the impression you can't actually get drunk and it's all been an act.
Oh no,
Fake
he can. It just takes a lot.
You know, somehow you doing all of this while completely wasted makes perfect sense.
He fucking walks and breathes inebriated. I don't think I've seen him sober.
I mean, yeah, probably not fully sober, but you haven't seen me that sloshed.
Alright, well, since you're not that slow, answer some goddamn questions. What the fuck is going on?
So, can't speak about everything, but basically, I got told via effectively a faded prophecy that the red tape was going to get control, be able to bind and control Gwen the Green Death, who, out of character question, were you around for any of the meetings with
No.
Gwen?
No.
Who Gwen is basically what you'd consider like a Grim Reaper, and that seemed like a bad plan to kind of
Wait.
just give the red tape the dominion over a Grim Reaper.
That was the guy that Mr. C called for before he killed Jimmy the Shark, right?
Yeah.
Is Mr. C here yet? I'm still
Not yet.
curious.
I was gonna
He's
wait
also
till
the one that I swiped that coin from back in the day.
So if you're on buddy terms with Gwen, Glenn the Green Death, why don't you ask him to help you in this situation?
Well, can try calling him over. He'd still have some power, so he might be able to help out. Wouldn't really say buddy, but does have a favor, though. Currently, with the name swapped around, he doesn't need to necessarily honor that favor right now.
I'm sorry, I was under the impression that you and the Boogeyman actually spent time together for a
Oh
long
no, I'm
stretch
sorry.
of
Were you talking?
time.
You were saying buddy. I thought you were saying
No,
buddy with me.
I'm not talking about your buddy relationship with Gwen the Green Death or whatever fucking Fae mythos that you want to just shout out every now and again and barely explain. I'm talking about the fact that your friend is dead. Are you going to fucking do something about it or not?
Yeah, I'll do what I need Nick for this. I'll do what I
We'll
can.
table it for right now. I'm gonna imagine the cat walks over to the coin and stares at it intently.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
can do what I can, but not much for while I'm out of power. His soul's still here, but like hasn't moved on or anything. Might have knotted it more in place than it was before, so a little less likely to move on without assistance. But for the rest, kinda need a little bit more juice than I currently have. Like currently can't even give myself a pair of hands.
No, it's totally fine. It's on me to think that some random Fey Lord actually has an ounce of human empathy.
I mean, I want to put him back back if can, but it's gonna take a bit, and he was dead when I met him, so
Out of character,
Curiously, angrily typing on typewriter.
out of character, it really is silly of you to think a Fae would have empathy.
I said what I said.
I mean,
so I think this is the
look,
appropriate.
I like you guys, and you're my all my consider all friends and all, but like, you're all gonna die before me.
And as you say that, that's the appropriate time for there to be a loud, train whistle coming in from the back room, and Mr. Conductor is going to walk out the back, open the door, and not even look at anybody. He's just going to call out, "Rocco, I'm taking one of the top shelf bottles." Just going to reach up, grab a bottle, and pour
Rocco's
it into a jar.
fucking dead.
Yeah, he's probably halfway through a drink, and then just going to look at you and say, "What?"
See, the right reaction there was, yeah, I know he is.
I'm gonna gesture at the skull.
Damn it, that was the damn it, Wax. Yep.
That was the perfect thing to walk back in on, Wax. Thank you.
Yeah.
So also,
Yeah,
Nick, since you're here, I'm pretty sure I can confirm that the boogeyman's soul is still in his skull.
It's somewhere else right now, though. You have a connection to it from that.
Yeah, I can. If I wasn't completely tapped on power, I could probably bring his soul over right now.
So
Didn't
what?
think I still had a claim on that, but
what do you mean bring? What happened?
well,
Oh, what happened is that everybody decided to split up and do fuck all, while the Irish and the Italians went at it. So fuck all is going on with good spirits, who's trapped as a cat and can't do shit. Fuck all is happening with the boogeyman who fucking died because he decided, I guess, instead of actually being a team, he should go fight Felix 1-on-1. And Foundry, did you do anything goddamn stupid?
He fought his
Well,
his
to be fair, so no one saw me 1v1
Yeah,
Antonini.
that's why I'm saying it turns to
So
you.
no one saw me do anything except like bring Antonini into the fight and then like try to fight the Italians, mostly alongside Ruth.
yeah, like Foundry, I'm pretty sure did things the responsible way and never fucked off.
That's why I'm ending on Foundry. Did you do anything goddamn stupid?
I don't think so.
Bang up job. And I'm sure, Mr. C, you already know what you've fucking done.
I'm going to look Ruth in the eyes and say, "Yeah, I've been playing the wrong game for this entire time."
Excuse me?
I got into this hero business because I wanted to help people. I wanted to protect the citizens of Chicago, the innocent. And it seems like no matter what I've done, it's all been for naught. Every time people target the innocent, they target people who have no right being in a fight, who are just going about their day. It doesn't matter whether it's some kind of superpowered crazy, it doesn't matter if it's the mob, it doesn't matter if it's the mafia. Heck, one of them, during our fight today, when I was just defending people and getting them out, decided, hey, let's target this guy because he's defending others. Like, that is a sickness. That is a rot that just festers in people's souls. And thus far, I have been fine defending people, but the honest way to save this city, to defend those innocents, is to cut that rot out of this city.
So,
just
I think when you say that, the cat is going to have jumped away from the skull to kind of just like bap you in the face with a paw. Of just like, calm down for a moment.
Calm down. Just going to like look at you like his face is sick and just like, down half the bottle that he has in his hand.
Listen. You're going... Yeah, are there going to be people that are going to kill other people? Yeah, always. I've been watching you guys for for centuries. That just that's not going to change, and you're not going to be able to stop all of that. Can you make things better though? Yeah. You've been doing that. You've saved a lot of people in the city. Stop acting like one bad day means everything is everything's screwed forever.
Don't go swinging from one naive extreme to the other, Mr. C. You're better than that.
Was everything that happened earlier today really fucked up? Yeah. Did things get out of control? And did we have more? Did it turn out we had more things happening at once than we could handle? Yeah. Does that mean that we need to all just surrender and stop? Well, don't know about the rest of you, but I don't plan on doing that.
I didn't say I was planning on stopping. I think it's time that I change tactics.
I mean, if you think what you're going, what you need to do to make things work better is to start punching people into mist, I'm going to tell you that's not going to be the solution that lasts long.
Maybe take a page
A
out
little
of...
fair every now and then helps keep things in line, but you can't be all stick no carrot. And the guys that just try to kill everyone who doesn't listen to them can grab power for a time, but they're not going to be holding on to that power for long.
He's just gonna fume for a bit. Gonna be like, do you have any idea what I almost lost today?
Yeah, your family.
The reason I do what I do, the reason why I have any connection, why I stay in this town. I know it's not a perfect town, but I have faith in it because they have faith in it. Almost lost the thing that matters most to me.
So you're gonna just fucking destroy what they've given you then?
What do you mean? Not going to destroy
You
the
said
city.
it. They had faith in it. They still have faith. If your family's anything like you are, Mr. C, I think she still has faith.
I don't know if she's going to make it out of this. She was dead. And again, I know that your magic pulled Rocco back. But we all knew that that was for a limited time. I don't know if
Yeah,
whatever
well,
Gwen just did is also for a limited time.
I'd say two things about and to the contrary. Or actually three. One, everything about Immortals is for a limited time. Even for us Fae, like, kinda on a grander scale, but I'm in line to be King of Cats. That kinda implies at one point the current one will die. Things are still is still limited to us, just a lot less so. Two, you got your wife was gotten to a lot sooner than I got to. It got to Rocco, and didn't have things like having been sent to swim with the fishes and washed up on shore. That's a lot better state to be working in. And three, Gwen's better at this than I am.
I'm assuming you say that begrudgingly.
Yes. This is his whole the whole serious Grim Reaper thing. Well, is his trick, and he knows a lot bit more about it. Mine's more of playing around.
Yeah, Mr. C is just gonna like look at you three, put the bottle back down on the bar, and just start like rubbing his forehead. Okay. So what do we have to do to even
Well,
try to salvage this situation?
there's a couple things. One, and some of them might have to wait a couple of days. One, we make sure Malgwen actually honors his deal. That moves that takes the mob off the map. Two, we get Rocco back up and running. Three, we finish it. We get myself out from under under the red tape, which I think might. Nick, do I know enough to know that that's just going to be ending in a couple of days?
Yeah,
Or
like you traded for 3 days, but the thing is, unless you find a way to break this deal, then she'll have Gwyn instead.
yeah, I don't know how to break the deal yet.
Wait, what?
So, right, you came in after. So if you remember back, way back, I ended up getting knowledge of a prophecy, fate, and all that bullshit of the red tape would end up with Gwen under her, bound to her and under her control, because it was a fated prophecy and all that bullshit. Not I couldn't do anything to stop to directly stop it from happening, and the more people that know about it, the more likely it would be to happen. So that's why I made the deal with Gwen when we, well, I guess now Tagarin is what he would be at the moment, back when we met with him as a group. So for 3 days, I have his name and I'm bound by what would be binding him, and also, he has mine. But to sweeten the pot and moreover, just try to leave the red tape with as little resources as possible, I traded away my power for this duration. Currently, she's having me show up in the morning and she's trying to figure out how if fake contracts work, which not sure I like the idea of anyone of a mortal ending up with magically binding contracts, but that seems to be what her whole big deal with this was. Um, If people
Okay.
can figure out, I'll see if I can figure out anything else on when this when this deal is ending and slash how it can be broken. But might need a couple. It might need someone to do something to break me out of it, because in a couple of more days she'll go from having just a little cat under her having to obey her orders to having the Grim Reaper, and not and well, we can all say give our own opinions on the red tape and the like, but I don't really think anyone should have that type of power or control.
Mortal person question over here. How do you break a fake contract?
So, Nick, do I have any idea on what would be done for breaking it? Like, if they steal and break it and destroy the scroll, would that count, or is there something else?
So big one for that depends on the nature, but the primary ways are one, figuring out that the contract was actually finding a way to say that the contract was actually invalid.
Which this was due to a wrongful death, meaning that
This was, one of the mortal descendants of X whose child was taken unfairly shall gain a boon of like 1 day of service per year of the life lost.
That's all long.
so probably based off time frame and stuff, like at least a month of service.
Yeah. It's somewhere between a month and 2 months.
Yeah. So can try and run that out. Could try and prove that she's not a descendant of. We'll list off the name, or that the death of the kid was not a wrongful death.
Mhm.
Don't really think we have access to the records to do that, and would be a bit sloppy work for Gwen to have messed that up, to have gotten that wrong.
Yep, it's one of those ones that you sit there staring at it and go, man, why is this guy so orderly? He should have given himself escape clauses and ways to, fuck things up.
Yeah. So,
But
but
there's
like,
a fair number of requests that are there that he will not perform. Like, he will not wrongfully kill someone. He will not bring anyone back from the dead.
yep. But still, is enough power that even if he's not going to be bringing people back from the dead or killing people, he can kind of force a lot of power on the city for her, for bringing people in, for forcing people to follow orders, etc. But I don't see. But there's nothing of like, there isn't currently an escape clause built into it. And is there a thing of like, if the contract is stolen or destroyed, does that invalidate it if like the scroll itself is lost?
So it's one of those things where that would invalidate it, but you're pretty sure Gwyn is stupidly honorable enough that he would still do the thing. As long as it, wasn't something that he was ethically opposed to.
Gotcha. Is there a thing of like, if she agrees that the service is done, that the service is done?
Yes.
So need to convince her in 2 days that that things are done.
All right. Well,
If any of you guys have ideas on what can do to help with that, that would probably be good, because don't want kind of have bought time, have only bought a little bit of time. And the other thing with that is, how fast does it take a hospital to send word of something?
I mean, phones exist.
Because I would list of the fact by the time we got back to her office, she knew without anyone saying anything or anyone delivering a letter that Stacy had been hospitalized, and and at which hospital.
Do you list which hospital?
Yeah, I will list off basically what she knew and stated, which, based off the fact that was traveling with her, there was not a phone call, there was not a letter given by a secretary, there wasn't a message sent. She
Well,
just knew that she had been admitted to the hospital.
I'm gonna look at Foundry and say it doesn't make sense for her to have something like the radios you rigged up for us, right?
Well, Nick, how much do I know about radio tech?
So the answer is, it might make sense for her to have those radios. It makes no sense for her to have one in a hospital.
That's what I
Fair.
thought. All right. So she's more powerful than she lets on.
Well, maybe she has that kind of remote viewing that you have, Mr. C.
I truly hope not. Well, I think we need more information all around. And unfortunately, our the one most suited to information gathering among us, no offense, Miss Lives, is currently indisposed. I think we should focus on trying to get him back first.
Yeah, I can see if I can call Tangerin, Tangerin, and see if he'll be willing to count that as one of his ones owed. But we'll see if he answers the call. So, Nick, if everyone's good with that.
I have
Seems
no
fine.
vote, but my vote is yes.
Use.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Seems
use
like a good use of it.
Yeah.
use
I am
number
going.
use number 3.
I am going to try to summon Tangerin, Prince of Cats, Lord of Chicago.
Mm-hmm. I think the complicated thing is you don't have powers, so you're just like, okay, can you, to a random, like, Sparrow, can you please deliver this message as fast as you can?
Oh, baby.
I mean, I can also try. Do I still have the 1d4 minion I get from things?
Yeah,
From collections?
yeah, I'd say that, yeah, you still have that. Or you could teach one of these people with magic how to actually summon things. That's another option.
Well, we'll try sending the messages first, and then it will be trying to get Foundry and Satanic Shot to sit down for a magic summoning lesson. We'll see how far we get through. Oh, right. Also, Mr. C, yeah, would probably be the better one with that. We'll see how far we get through this summoning lesson before he shows up.
Indeed. Start the summoning lesson and I will interrupt it when he shows up.
Well, if we're gonna make rolls for this, I would like to make my final roll to try to break tickets, because I'm assuming anybody in this realm that has a ticket is probably gonna show up and start asking questions.
Depends on how fast they can travel without a ticket.
Yeah. I'd like to try that real quick because I know somebody who we're trying to get in touch with who has a ticket.
Yep. Please roll, Izzy.
Am I back in green? Are we
You are
back in
back
full
in
HP?
green.
We're
You've
back in full
calmed
HP.
down. Your adrenaline is no longer pumping.
What has better train dice? It's the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, basically, one of the easiest and biggest ways for this is if you know the name and title, or at the very least the titles. The more these tend to be a lot more important for us than they are for you. We're a lot more bound by them, so the more you know of what one of us has and what one of us goes by and what one of us represents, the better chance that you'll actually get noticed when you try calling on us. The One of the best things you can do then for actually doing this is to kind of set up a bit of an altar and offering. Usually better to be going off into the woodlands, the wilds, away from nature and away from the places that you've made your domain, and closer to the ones that we have. If there's something natural that already formed, like a fairy circle, that's good, but you can create something of your own there.
Raise his
Place
hand.
it. Yeah.
Um, would the trying to shoot like portals? Those are kind of hell connected. Is the Reaper at all? When the Reaper at all connected to hell, or is death a different domain?
Well, the hell that you're falling from is a little bit different than the death that we'd be pulling from, and a bit different than, and definitely different than the Feywild that we would be coming from. There's kind of a lot, so like, there's kind of a lot of worlds in the one world. Like, there's this area where you guys are all living, but then there's the thing of you can go to the realm of fairy, you can go to the lands of the dead. A lot of those of us that are kind of innately magic versus kind of you guys, which are more gifted magic, and a lot of have a place that we come from and where our power comes from. Like, you guys are given some of that and a connection to that when deals are made or other things are done to empower you like that. But
Well, I was just wondering if hypothetically I could get a portal to hell. I haven't done that before. I just, since it's a hell gun, I was wondering if that would be close enough to like a realm of area that Gwen controls.
borderline.
Does your gun shoot actual bullets, or does it just shoot the manifestation of hell?
I don't really know.
So I have a dumb idea which might get us there, out of character. In character, I did just roll a 2, a 1, and a 2.
Yeah,
You're
I know
having a
you
good
did.
day.
I saw that.
You know, I wanted to roll shit in some defenses last week to have a more appropriate person besides Jimmy to eat it. Dice don't love me. And this week, I'm getting 2s and 1s. Dice don't love me.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sad boy hours
happens.
only.
I'm taking the major twist. Are the tickets effectively broken now, Nick?
The tickets are all effectively broken.
Okay. So the idea Mr. Conductor is going to put forward is if your gun chamber launches hellfire and the barrel is just a tunnel that you can direct it through, whenever I summon a train, it resizes the thing it's traveling through. So if the boogeyman is in fact in hell right now, we in theory could get on a train and resize the gun to get us a one-way trip to hell.
Oh, that is some comic book bullshit nonsense I am here for.
This is
I
exactly
still-
the comic book nonsense that I'm here for.
I still have a. It's a little bit harder to work with than what I can do at the moment, but I still have a claim on his soul, so I can pull on that and kind of direct things with that. Trying to navigate a little is a little bit hard and not exactly what I do, but that does kind of work at least as a compass.
Maybe let's try that before we try to take a trip to hell with no clear way back.
I was going to say we were going to need an anchoring, something to hold us to this world. If we try that one way or another, I think we're going to need that anyway. Figuring you could rig something up.
I don't think my area of expertise overlaps enough with interdimensional life and death travel.
Yeah, but making an immovable object, I think, is something that is your area of expertise.
Completely immovable? That's not really a thing.
An anchor.
Right, but the anchor's not just can't just be physical. And I don't even know how heavy one of your damn trains is.
They don't like to discuss their weight.
Well, if you want me to build a strong enough anchor, or if it's even know if it's possible, I'm gonna need details.
I really hope Gwen answers.
Yeah.
I think it's probably
So,
about the time where you guys are debating whether or not an emotional focus has more weight than something from the boogeyman's life. And like no one probably gets to the point of he still has people he cares about, right? When you feel an ominous presence outside the bar.
Ah, Tagaram. The door is unlocked.
Yes, well, I would have been here sooner, but the ferryman seems to have made a decision.
Decision for the best.
Sorry, who's the ferryman?
He's just staring at Mr. Conductor.
He's referring to me. We can discuss reissuing a ticket, but for now, there's been too much damage and death caused from having them run rampant without Mr. Conductor knowing who issued them and when and where.
There's not even a blink. You just that that I hope you are ready to accept the consequences of said decision, for many are not as patient or as understanding as I.
That is some cosmic horror statement right there, guys.
Yep.
Well, that's Mr. Conductor's problem.
No, it's not. It's our problem, Dan. Don't even kid yourself.
It
Look,
involved.
I can huff the copium for now.
It has involved 2 major twists. This is going to be a problem for us.
3, I think.
No, 2 major, 1 minor.
No, I negated the minor.
Oh, you did negate the minor, so just 2 major.
Oh, just 2 major twists.
I trust you have a question or task. While we may have traded parts, I will consider this part of the original agreement.
Appreciated. We need Boogeyman put back to the way he was before, or better if he can do that. Currently, with the way our deal works, I can't try do anything with it, and we'd want him back sooner than later. Plus, if it goes too long, his soul might move on. So
this is something that is quite difficult, for you are not the only one with claims on his soul, and it currently is in the hands of others.
Who else has claims on him?
yeah, I'm a little bit curious. I was pretty sure I was the first one to find his body.
I too am curious because I don't know the answer to this.
Those in charge of where he will eventually dwell.
And where is that?
Unpleasant place, but one that, from my understanding, he well knows where he's going to. He's not there yet. Your claim still holds him outside of one of the other rivers. But, well, you should go. You should speak to the entities, and there is also the claim of himself upon his own soul, and what he thinks of that, and that I cannot help you with. But,
so do we need
ferryman, if you are willing to reissue the pass that allows me to do my work, I will show you the way.
I will reissue you your pass, Gwen, because I believe you do good work. However, unlike previous Mr. Conductors, I don't believe there should be any more passes for life. However, I will give you a pass for the next 10 centuries, and at that point, it can be reissued.
Acceptable.
I will reissue him as the first ticket. And I'm also going to give everybody else a round trip ticket to wherever the hell we're going.
Yep, this is one that you actually need a price for. He's actually going to say, for each of you, I believe the traditional toll is 2 coins of silver for this. And that is accurate to your book. Because this is something that takes the train some effort to do.
2 coins of silver. I'm going to look at Foundry. Do we have anything silver here that we can melt down into coins?
I mean,
It's not my Bob, but we can take a look.
out of character, capitalism probably has a stash of something hidden away in this
Didn't
place.
we already discuss
I'm
at one
just going
point
to
needing to
assume you
stockpile
eventually
silver?
find something hilarious to melt down to silver that capitalism
Oh, yeah.
dropped into the bar.
I was going to say, does Rocco have good silverware in the back or good china?
Probably not, honestly.
Yeah, so that would seem kind of out of character, especially at the bar itself.
I feel like actually capitalism will just have left a gift for you that is a pouch of silver coins with no explanation given besides for when you need it.
This fucker's voting for the silver standard.
Side note, capitalism scares the shit out of me still.
Yeah, that's
As he
fair.
should. He's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Very well. I suspect the route may be a bit different, but let's go to the front of whichever train it is that you call.
I don't know. Do any trains particularly want to go to hell?
You're not going to hell.
No!
Do any trains want to go to purgatory or wherever the hell we're going?
There you go.
Yeah, doesn't particularly want to.
Because part of me wants to call Diesel, but I don't want to put him through this if he doesn't want to, but he hasn't taken a ticket in a while. So, fuck it. I'll just call Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Chugga chugga choo choo.
Thomas is going to hear the destination sigh and say, all right, Mr. Conductor, when we come back, Mr. Station Master also wants a word with you.
Okay. I understand.
And from the front, Gwyn is going, or Deborah is going to point out where some of the other tracks that go out into the middle of nowhere actually go to Mr. Conductor.
Oh, lovely.
And one of those is the one you're taking.
Well. Let's stare into the void of hell space as we do this.
Whee!
And so does the map transition.
Have a map.
So you come into an area, like, assuming you're still carrying Boogeyman's skull and the coin.
Yeah, of course.
You come into an area shrouded in mist, where there is a man staring into water with moving images, for whom there's a spectral chain connecting from the coin to the man, and several more that seem like they're trying to pull him down. And those of you with any supernatural senses can see that there is something under the ground, and you get a hint of a river of boiling blood and fire that he is attempting to be pulled down to, but for now, he's staring at the water in front of him. Gray, still water. Please drag yourselves onto the map, everyone. And with that, Gwyn will say, and this is where I take my leave. Severing the chains, and you see that indeed one of the chains is from his own heart to himself. Is a task for you.
Nick, I can't drag the cat. I see the cat icon in my characters one tab, but unlike the others, I can't drag it onto the map.
I have no idea why, because you have the power.
You have the power.
Maybe
Like any of the other minion character icons there, I can drag, but the cat one I can't.
Give me a second. Let me figure out what's up with that. I will drag it
I
out
think
right
it's
now.
because the cat is only an image and not a character sheet.
No, it's a character sheet now. Oh, I see what I forgot to do. Is that why? Oh, man, I'm gonna try and figure out why, but cat now exists.
Thank you.
Oh, I added it
I
to
can't
your
control
journal,
it.
but didn't assign you control over it.
Yep.
Now you should be able to drag it out.
Nick, private message to you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yep. That's the angle I want to go with, just giving you a heads up about it.
Yep.
I think Sean and Dan will appreciate what I'm about to do.
That's
So
concerning.
I don't react, or the figure at the water does not react as you guys disembark the train.
Rocco.
Figure does not respond.
Mr. Conductor is just gonna look over at Tom, Ruth, and the cat. Any ideas?
Good spirits, that's Rocco, right?
Yeah, I am facing away from you, by the way, staring at the water. Until someone approaches me.
I think
Well-
this is appropriate for the journalist to walk over and tap you on the shoulder and try and turn you around.
I do slowly turn towards you, and you see a face that's familiar but not familiar. It's Rocco's face, but it's not gaunt. In another time, it would be full of younger, full of more life, but all that life is drained out of it. So even though there's no like clearly undead traits like Rocco normally has, somehow it seems more bereft of life than ever. Hey, who are you? What are you
No.
doing here? This is. I don't remember.
What do you remember?
I don't know. Just working, doing my life, and he just shake my head. No, it doesn't matter now, whatever it was. This is where I am now. And I go back to staring at the water.
But is this where you want to be?
What does it matter what I want? That's never mattered before.
Yeah, I'd say it matters now. You might be forgetting it, but we did play a game once. You won, and so brought you back.
Talking cat. Felix find that hilarious. I'll have to tell him later.
Yeah, a lot of people tend to. But I think you still have a lot of unfinished business and things you'd want to take care of.
Do I?
Yeah.
I
That's what
don't.
you always told us.
I don't think I've ever met you before.
You don't remember, but you have.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything? Do you remember the bar?
I've been to a lot of bars.
You own this one.
I've never owned a bar before. Maybe one day. But nah, I got work to do. I always got work to do. Bones to
What-
break. People to hurt. It's all I'm good for, right? That's all they tell me I'm good for.
Well, maybe they're wrong.
Yeah.
Do you believe them?
Why wouldn't I? I'm the boogeyman of the mob, the mafia. That's
Yeah,
all I
but-
am.
Yeah.
That's
I'd
all I
say you're a
am.
bit more than that.
Nah. Who says that?
Yeah. I think everyone here, at least, and probably a few others. You scare people a lot. You do a lot more of the doom and gloom than I like, and fail is needed. But
I don't scare people, I hurt them. All I do is hurt them. I break their knees. I threaten their family. And if they tell me to, I put a bullet in their head without even a second thought. That's all I'm good for. Just a weapon for the mafia.
No, you're fucking not. You had a wife. You have a girl.
A wife? I don't.
There's a little girl that you got a really cute little doll of a weird little mouse with a bow on it, and you've been visiting her every single year to drop off a present for her.
It's true.
yeah.
Wait, what? News to Mr. Conductor.
Yeah, Mr. C's about to
Really
learn
the
something.
time to bring it up. Kind of looks at the rest of the group, and I don't really know about your wife at all, but
I was
I'm assuming you loved her.
my wife.
Told me once you were planning on leaving the mob for her. Start a new life. Fresh beginning.
There's a flash in my eyes. Emily. Yeah, I met her. I met her at that union busting gig. I remember her face now. How did I forget that?
She was your everything. And you would do anything for her. You do unspeakable things for her. Things
No,
you thought were
no,
impossible.
no. It wasn't. I did unspeakable things until I met her. She's why I stopped doing unspeakable things. She thought I could be better than that. That we could be more better. But she was wrong. Because I wasn't good enough and she died. Hit by a train. Funny about that, huh? Always thought those things were so safe.
I think. Oh, go for it.
I'm trying to think what the most appropriate thing to say is at this point.
Okay. Well, whatever you're saying, at the same time, Ruth is digging through her bag and pulling up some newspaper articles. And if you're paying attention, she's clearly got them organized for like what about the team, the terminal. Here's a lot of entries about Foundry. Here's a lot of newspapers clippings about Mr. Conductor, about this cat that's talking, that people are talking about. Anyways, there's this drunk guy. Also
No,
good spirits.
I don't. What is all this? I don't. Look, this is hurting my head. Felix does the thinking for me. I'll
No,
go
he
find him.
fucking
And
doesn't.
yes, he does. He's my brother. I trust him. I always trust Felix. He always knows what's best.
He knows what's best for him, not what's best for you.
No, he looks out for me. He always looked out for me. He's always been there.
He's always been there for himself. When he realized that you wanted to leave so you could be with Emily, he took action. Trains are safe. He's the reason she was there and the train was there at the same time. He's the reason why you're here now. and he's still out there.
And that kind, you see that for a minute, like, he put a bullet in my head. Why would he do that? We were brothers. You're
Only
supposed,
until you stop being useful to him.
you're supposed to
You
be happy for the people you care about, aren't you?
Exactly. And you cared about him like a brother, but he didn't think of you as anything more than a weapon. He doesn't value any life. And that's where you two differed. And you just see a realization also come over Mr. Conductor's eyes, thinking about what he's done in the past 24 hours.
Hey, love that.
Hey, look,
He and look in my eyes for a sec. Miss George.
Hey, Rocco.
George, he took her. He took her from me, and I couldn't stop him. I wasn't able to stop him. I've never been able to stop him. Not now, not then. And I died for it this time, didn't I? I'm dead. Really dead this time. Because I couldn't stop him. He took my life. He took my love. And he took my daughter. And made him hers. And maybe that's what I deserve. I couldn't take care of her. Didn't matter what I did, I couldn't help her. I couldn't save the one thing that Emily left me with. I couldn't keep her safe. And now
there.
Do you think she's safe being with him? Or is that just biding time until she's no longer useful to him?
I don't know. But I'm not worthy to protect her. He's
Look,
kept her, she has lived a life better than I could have given her. She doesn't even remember me, probably.
You don't know that for sure.
yeah, you don't know that, and maybe you lost this fight against him,
I
but
will
that
lose.
doesn't mean you can't try again. And maybe next time, if you have a little bit of help.
I've never beaten him. Never.
Yeah,
He always found the way out. I always thought he was just that lucky.
and I've never actually won a game for a soul before I picked up you. So, doesn't mean that you're always going to, just because you've lost before doesn't mean you're ever always going to lose.
Wait a second. Ghost Spirit, something you said that doesn't make sense. You said you've never won a soul besides Rocco's. Didn't Rocco win his soul back?
Yeah,
Right. And I look confused when you say Rocco for a sec. Right.
Yep.
Rocco. Who I was, who I am, who I was before I died again.
Yeah.
Forgot that's the name I used.
I won the first match, and then I decided to give you a couple of rematches after. And in the end, you won, and you got your soul back.
I don't remember that.
Well, you were dead at the time, but I promise you it happened. So just because you've lost him before doesn't mean you're going to lose again. Doesn't matter if you've lost 100 times if the 100th one is when you win.
And what
And
then, though? She deserves better than me. I'm
you
not
sure about that?
I'm not the father she needs. I'm
You
dead.
sure about
I'm dead one way or another with this. It doesn't matter if I do this. It's all futile, isn't it? It's a die anyway again anyways once right, my contract. Once my contract's up, I'll just be dead again. And then she'll be alone again. And this time there'll be no one to look after her.
You sure about that? Because I feel like there's a good amount of people to look up, and contracts can change. Everything can. And I want to say you haven't done any good while you've been out there. I think Ruth just pulled out a stack of things that you have done that have been good.
Ruth very pointedly finally gets to the boogeyman section, and she splays out a couple of articles, and she points at a couple of them in particular and says, "The boogeyman is the scariest thing to ever exist in Chicago, but he doesn't fucking kill anybody. He keeps the streets safe, both as himself when he's going out being a vigilante. That's why you made the bar as a neutral territory, so that people could have a glass without worrying about fucking dying or some shit. And that's why you spend every single evening going out and putting the freaking fear of God into every runner who's walking about the back alleys. I think Angela can do a hell of a lot worse for her dad."
Will she even remember me? It's been years, and she was so young when I died.
You never
Honestly?
truly forget the ones you love or that have loved you. There's always that connection.
And I'm gonna look at everyone and then look at Mr. C. You sure you weren't right about this, George? You always said that I was too extreme. I think you were always right. Maybe I do. You sure I don't deserve to be here? You don't all understand how much pain I caused before Rocco, back when I was me, Luca Nicolo. You don't understand how many people I hurt, how many people I killed. A lifetime, 10 lifetimes can't make up for that. Maybe I was fooling myself thinking I could.
Well, you sure as hell aren't going to make up for it moping around here.
Once again, I look at George. You're the
Yeah.
You're the most moral guy I know. Sometimes even it makes you stupid.
Trust me, I've done things now that I can't say I'm proud of. But I know I would do anything for my family. And you still have family. You have someone you need to protect, someone you care about. Someone that, from what we know right now, is probably in grave danger. And even if you don't think you can make up for all the bad you've done in the world, you at least owe it to her to try.
He's killed me twice already. How do I stop him before he kills me again and does something worse to her? Because he knows
Maybe
now. The only thing that was keeping her safe was he didn't know. And now he does. Because I blew it.
Maybe don't go off like a lone fucking vigilante and actually talk to your goddamn team.
He was my problem. And I was going to kill him. You understand that, right? I was going to kill him. I
And
wasn't going
I
to ask your permission. I wasn't going to run it by you. I was going to kill him. Full stop.
You don't fucking know that.
I do know that. I wouldn't have pulled him into whatever I did if I wasn't prepared to do that. And I didn't want to bring any of you into that. You all don't deserve that. You didn't deserve my problems on you again. You didn't deserve me being your burden.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at you and say, well, you were gone. I did kill someone.
And my eyes do go a little wide at that.
because they killed the one person I care about more than anything in this world. And I did something that I thought I would never even be capable of. But I did it for someone I love. And I'm going to have to live with that for the rest of my life. But if you truly care about your daughter, and you truly want to make the city, make the world a slightly better place, then you need to find a way to stop the man who has puppeted you for so long. He shot you in the head twice. You can come back from that as many times as you need to, till the world is right. Maybe you don't need to kill him, but he needs to be stopped.
Wait for a sec. Nod. Yeah. That part hasn't changed.
You said we didn't deserve to be burdened by you, but did we deserve your help? Because I'd say you've given us a lot more help than you've given us burdens. Don't worry about carrying everything yourself.
Give us a couple free rounds and we'll call it even.
Okay, then. I get up. It looks like there's tears in my eyes for a sec, but wipe them away. Because tough guys don't cry.
Love it.
At least
Yep.
at least in this era. And I grab the chain in the lake and I start pulling. And pulling harder and harder. You hear cracks. And you start seeing my skin burning away to become closer to what you're used to. But as I pull, it's clear something on the other side doesn't like that pulling, and the chain is pulling back. And I'm starting to slide a little closer and closer to the water the harder I strain.
I'm probably going to jump in front of like the chain and hiss back at the water.
This feels like a very dramatic moment in which everyone grabs a hand, one of the hands of Rocco, and gives it their best tug.
Why would you think I would suggest such a thing?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Foundry's breaking a rocket-powered fist out of his apron.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, we really could have used that anchor right now, Tom.
Well, you couldn't fucking tell me how much the train weighed.
Boys, the issue at hand, please, she says as she takes out her pistol and like just starts shooting at the chain while she uses her other hand to grab Rocco's.
So yeah, I'll grab on them and say, fuck this, it's not working. I'm gonna blow into my whistle. And I don't know, Nick, how many trades can I possibly get into this realm to pull Boogeyman out of the water?
Oh, you can get a bunch.
They're not helping.
You can call in as many as you would like.
Stay down.
So we have a rocket fist,
And
two additional people, a group of trains all pulling on the chain.
yeah. Nick, are you okay with this just being cinematic?
Oh yeah, dude, just do this cinematically. I'm not making.
Oh yeah. So you all strain, help grab the chain. It pulls even harder the more you guys pull, and you start to almost see something coming out of the water, just the vaguest hint of something deep and dark and very evil that very clearly wants Rocco. But with one last tug, like as you guys kind of pull on the end, so I imagine very tug of war like, with Rocco as like the beginning of the whole chain. Rocco grits his teeth and just surges with his green soul fire, and then with one final pull, just like straining, just breaks the final chain apart as everyone from the sheer momentum probably just fly right out of the realm like into the train.
Nice.
with whatever is in that lake something coming out that we do not see as the train doors close and we leave the realm.
With this, there is going to be a passing from the cat to Rocco, the coin, and this is still what you won. This is still yours.
Yeah. It's my promise to myself. Hey, look, I'm not super great at this, but thanks guys.
You don't need to thank us.
No, I do. Thanks for helping me realize I don't gotta go at this alone all the time. And sorry I didn't tell you about her before, Mr. C. Was never felt like the right time to bring her up, you know?
I didn't tell you about my wife either, or my son. So let's call it even for now.
Yeah.
Besides, Chicago needs Terminal. Needs the boogeyman to be part of Terminal. But right now, Rocco.
Forever long I'm here, but I'll tell you this. I don't care what that fucking contract says at this point. I am dragging him out of power no matter how long it takes. I assume he's still alive since y'all talk like he was still on the mortal coil.
Yeah, I shot him. He's in the hospital right now.
Where's my daughter?
I got Jitters keeping an eye on him. Kinda everything went to shit, so I couldn't do it myself.
Mind
Find
catching me
her.
up while we ride?
Sure.
I assume we do a little catch up
Yeah.
montage. And I kind of like breathe in afterwards. I'm like, no shit, Brett. Like vaporized, as in like Jimmy's gone. They're all gone.
Well, one of them's only in jail.
I think for a minute.
Siren was playing for keeps.
What So what's the mob doing then?
Well, hopefully Malgon's going to follow our earlier agreement, and him and Siren will be going back home. If not, we'll need to have some words, but might need to wait a couple of days before do that because I'm currently not Tagarin, and I'm currently bound to the red tape.
Look, there's a lot of issues, but it sounds like that might be the one to take care of first. Because if you shift that mantle back, who knows what she's gonna do with it?
Yeah, she's really interested in the idea of being able to get people to sign magically binding contracts, which wasn't what I was expecting her to be going after, but seems to be been what her takeaway is.
So how do we stop her?
Well, currently the contract she has is until she believes it's been completed, or until maybe a month or so passes. Gwyn is very particular, so his contract has definite limits on what can be asked of him by it, but it also doesn't really give an escape clause, since that wasn't necessarily his thing.
Well, it also sounds like from what you said, she's not interested in the death part of this. She wants the contract part. She wants the
Yeah.
ability to make these on her own. I think that might be far more dangerous in her hands than the death part. She can do the death on her own just fine.
Yeah. So that is a bit of a problem. I can try and look. I spent more time figuring out the ways to cause problems with a contract than I ever did a contract. I wasn't really the the one who made the long-term deal. You give out an offer and you get a blessing. You don't give out an offering, you get a curse. Both pretty small, but a thing of like remembering how things supposed to be.
So
The But anytime I was bound by, it ended up getting bound by something, I would try to make it something that the other parties would regret.
I mean, you might know then who would best know how to break a contract. Who out there knows more about that than you and Gwyn himself?
Nick, do I have any ideas on an expert for this?
I'm gonna go with some people back home who were way better at this, and there's a reason why they were in hiding because they pissed off a lot of people doing so.
Yeah, no one that I know of, like, necessarily that will answer a call or be able to even get here. Can give you some names, and you guys can try to take the lessons I was teaching on how to summon them,
I mean, could be worth a shot.
but be careful while you do. And I can see if I can trick her in the days that have to accidentally release me,
Well, hold on.
while also trying to slow down the work as much as possible.
Well, what if we take another route with this too while we work? How much do we really know about the red tape? Honestly,
Not a lot.
Exactly. You're about to spend the better part of the day for the next 3 days with her, right?
Yeah.
Look, and I know like mortals are kind of confusing sometimes, but maybe you could take this as an opportunity. What can you learn about her? Maybe we understand why she's doing what she's doing. We could talk her out of it. Show her maybe there's a better way.
Can see what I can pick up. Currently, she mostly just confuses me the way her not magic works so close to magic.
Yeah, I don't understand the deal with that. What's going on? Why do we all feel weak as a kitten? No offense. When that happens,
None taken. It's been a few centuries since I was a kitten. Don't know, but she has a domain and a claim to the city. That's not really something a mortal usually has.
maybe
She's
that's
also got weird script on all of her red ribbons.
yeah. I noticed
I,
that.
I got some pictures of them, but I can't really make out any other words.
If I look at them more closely, can I translate anything?
You certainly will be able to start. You're like, okay, there's a bunch of different languages in this, but you can start translating. However, earlier than you expected, the train comes to a stop.
Thomas, I thought we were going back to the bar. Where are we?
We're at the station, Mr. C. Mr. Station Master insisted.
Is this where we're cutting for the night, or are we going to play this out?
I mean, we can play it out for a little bit.
We're gonna cut. We're gonna play out a little bit, and then we're gonna cut.
Yep. So, yep, Mr. Conductor will say, nope. Everybody off. The last stop for now.
This isn't the bar, though, is it?
No, this is a place that I think of the Team Only Foundries scene, and even then only briefly.
We're in fucking Detroit.
Detroit?
I'm kidding. We're in the station dimension.
You're in train space.
Detroit was a funny answer, though.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy, this is what that place in New York City looks like. What they call it, Grand Central Station. Is that where we are?
No, Grand Central is. It's grand, but it's not this grand.
Yeah, this is to basically everyone except Mr. C. There is an unearthly and eerie feeling in the background as you're in the station, where you're like, you are somewhere weird and magical where you can feel normal rules don't apply. And Good Spirits is like, oh, this feels slightly like home, but wrong. You know, standing on the stairs, looking
Oh,
very
hold on.
sad.
Sean said his Discord crashed.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
don't know
we'll
why.
give a second for him to get back on. Yep, I see his message now. Ash, do we still have you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, wanted to make sure it was Discord, not internet.
Mm. I love this icon. Top 10 icon.
Mm-hmm.
I literally found it 5 minutes ago.
Yep.
Well, if
No,
Sean's
that's-
having to...
Oh, there. Hold on.
There he actually
He's
goes.
running over to my room, I presume. We're gonna
Hey.
share a mic, I guess.
Sure.
I'm gonna take a minute and pee then if he's
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
pee break.
Pee break.
Can I do a little retcon role play while we wait for everyone to get
Go
back
Oh,
for it.
together?
definitely.
Do it.
So on the train, I'm going to turn to Ruth here. Hey, look, I wasn't exactly aware, but I kind of knew some of what was going on based on I guess you guys have my skull. Is that right?
Yeah, Foundry picked it up along with the coin.
Yeah, Tommy, that's fucking weird. Why were you carrying my skull around?
Look, man, the grief is a weird thing. We didn't know what was going on.
We don't know how to fucking work, man.
Also, but I kind of got some of the idea now that memories are all coming back to me. And I want to say something to you, Red. You're wrong. You do get to be a part of this. Don't think you're not. You just went through one of the toughest battles we've ever been through. You helped literally drag me out of whatever purgatory fuck dimension that was. And it sounds like you brought a lot of these mooks to their senses when I wasn't around either. If that doesn't make you part of this group, what does?
A bit of trust, honestly.
Look, my bad on that one. I didn't, like I said, I didn't want you guys to have to suffer my sins as well. If I was going to kill him, it was going to be me doing it. You didn't all need that on your consciences. Misguided? Yeah. But it wasn't trust, lack of trust. I think I was just trying to protect you from becoming the type of monster I thought of myself as, you know?
Rocco, I know that objectively, you've done terrible things, but you've also spent a hell of a lot of time doing a lot of good. And the paths we make, they're not carved in stone. They're the dirt roads that you walk every single day. And eventually, they create a path, and you can jump off of it at any point. But that's still a path that you've taken, that you've carved in a different sort of way. And what I'm trying to say, I guess, is that you've had a lot more time being a good person, whether you think it or not. Whether it's stupid or not, I trust you, and I don't think that even when you're angry or something, you would go to that depth, because at the end of the day, what you tried to do was run into your little rooms, turn the lights off, and be the bad guy, and you were fucking shit at it. Cause it's not fucking you.
Yeah. Pretty harsh, and you know that, right?
Listen,
He's gone again.
Atwood doesn't get to be the only person who gets scared in reviews.
You there, Sean?
Yep, I
Yeah.
got started working
Hello.
Look,
again.
like I said, look, I'm just trying to say I did not trust you, and I definitely trust you now. In fact, I look over at or out of curiosity, do you know who Foundry is? Like secret identity at this point?
I have a list of names. I definitely do not know for sure.
It's
I'm
definitely
asking
Greek.
Dan. It's like, have you made that clear to her, or because I think that's
I-
the only identity of the group you don't know yet, if that's the case.
I think in the turmoil, I never did, but I would certainly be willing to explain my situation.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have told Ruth, but I'm pretty sure Ruth knows at this point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, based on what happened out in the open, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, look, no more secrets then, all right, guys? We want to
Agreed.
actually do some good. Let's do some good. Work with each other here, all right?
Sounds good to me.
Can
Yeah.
you live with that, brass hat?
I think I can live with that. I'm going to probably have to pay the piper sooner or later.
Fast forward to the present.
Fast forward to the present, where
Oh,
you
look,
are
a
now-
piper.
Yep, you are now in a. Sean, how much did you lose of what I was saying before?
Basically, when we got to the station,
Sure. So you get to the station, and it is a weird, unearthly feeling that is sort of feels like home to good spirits, but also not quite. But the big thing is standing on the stairs ahead that leads further into the station is it's an old man. Looks really sad right now. Just goes, everyone, welcome to the station. Wish I was meeting you all under better circumstances. Mr. Conductor.
Going to respectfully nod my head and say, Mr. Station Master.
There aren't many rules about your position. Many at all. It's pretty free. I thought after the last Mr. Conductor that you would be a good fit. You would understand what needs to be done and keep everything in line. Afraid that judgment is being questioned. Myself, by the trains, by many of the people who depend on our services. Mr. Conductor, do you have anyone you would like to name as your representation for finding the truth of this matter?
I'm going to look back at my the team. To get to the truth of this, can my team Terminal bear witness and help bring the truth to light?
That they can. There are a few others, but if you wish to summon additional witnesses, please, you know how to do so, but I ask that you not leave the station until this matter is resolved, Mr. Conductor.
I understand.
Thank you. And he's going to step back. The trial will commence in 4 hours' time, so as to not cause problems with
Wait,
issues that other members of your team have.
Wait, I'm sorry. Trial? You're putting him on trial?
I broke the rules, Rocco.
He broke the rules.
Can we know what the rules he broke and what he's being accused of are?
You would probably know because you read the book.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
going to
but I
look to
still want to know.
he's going to look to Mr. Conductor briefly to give you the opportunity to explain.
I believe the main accusation is going to be that I revealed my identity.
The main one is that you revealed your identity. There are two secondary accusations.
I'm going to assume that no one is happy about the fact that I have invalidated tickets that have existed for several millennia.
Yes, interfering in regular running of the station and the people who have purchased tickets. And there's a third one.
I don't know that one, so I don't think I can share that with people.
No.
Out of character and in character, I don't think I know this one.
Oh no, this one just happened. Falling upon the trains to transport a soul from a place it is meant to be to somewhere else, without proper payment or offerings to the entities of that area.
I'm going to look at good spirits. Did we even get to that section of the book?
Potentially not, but I would like to. I'm going to argue counterclaim. They took a soul that was not that
I'm
did
gonna-
not belong to them.
As you start to do that, I am going to put like my hand on your back. I'm like, Tom, let's save it for the trial. All right.
Yep. Fine.
I am
Get-
not stating guilt. I am merely stating the accusations that you need to defend against.
Does this
Appreciate
work
How-
like an actual trial? Because I would like the evidence that the prosecution has listed out, as well as the witnesses.
This sounds like a next time thing.
I'd also want to know how 4 hours is going to be lining up with the fact that I have a morning shift now.
Oh,
Yes, the 4 hours
that
is
is
before your
going to
shift.
be an hour and a half before your morning shift begins.
I kind of
Okay.
just assumed we were a little outside time and space here.
Oh no, you're not.
Oh no. Okay.
Nick, who does
He is giving you enough time. You can request to defer the trial for a day if you need time to gather more witnesses and evidence. But he's giving you a current time that will allow good spirits to make good on any other agreements he has.
Which, be forewarned, this means Mr. Station Master is aware of that agreement.
Yeah. I don't think I particularly mind or care about that.
Mhm.
I do plan to dismiss the third charge entirely on that being a wrongful claim by those entities.
Well, you guys have. He's going to leave you. He's going to lead you to, or rather, give the opportunity to go to a suite that is very well furnished and has some delicious food for you to discuss.
Awesome.
This seems like a next time discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big one's next time. If you guys want to do any RP before end of session, this is just the opportunity to react immediately.
Just almost like I'll do a little. Just like as he leaves, I'm like, Mr. C, when you said that you broke the rule, I was like, I kind of just figured they'd like give you like a demerit or something. Are you seriously about to go on some sort of train tribunal here?
Title drop.
The trains are very regimented in how they do things, and you might as well just start getting used to calling me George, because I don't know if I'm going to have this title for much longer.
Yeah, I don't think so with that talk. You literally just talked me out of like hell. So excuse my language, George, but fuck that. We need Mr. Conductor. So get your ass together and help us do a little research because we're going to make sure that we get you up and make sure that you're running the trains in ship shape like always.
He's not the defense
Yeah,
lawyer. He's not the defense lawyer I need, but he's the one I deserve.
pass me back your book of rules.
I'm really
I'll
hoping
need
this.
to have someone to help flip the pages, but
I'm really hoping
Foundry
that
doesn't
this
know about
cut
any of this
works.
legal shit, so I'll help you flip pages.
I'm really hoping this cut works similar to how things work in Chicago, because that I'm familiar with.
I was actually going to say, Foundry actually is one of the only ones who has a relevant personal skill for legal shit.
It's true.
Yeah, you deal with unions.
True, but that's a little different from what we're dealing with here. But I can try to help make sense of it.
We're dealing with employment law, just mystical employment law.
Oh my god.
You know, okay, fair enough.
Who votes Dan as the main legal voice here?
Oh God.
If Dan is willing, yes. Otherwise, I figure we'll just pass it off.
My only objection is that this is a terrible plan, but it's also funny.
It is funny.
I am taking point for the dismissing the third charge because that entity definitely did not have the strongest claim on the soul and was acting wrongly.
Side note, I recommend unofficially y'all watch the second episode of Justice League to prepare for next session.
I'm also going to put in a request that one of our character witnesses is capitalism.
I want jitters too.
Oh God.
Oh God, okay. Fuck it. Where can we start making a witness list, Nick? General or rules?
Let me finish posting the 3 accusations in general, and then you can put who you're calling in as a witness. And also, you should explain. How are you going to explain to them what's going on?
I mean, here's the thing. They have me dead to rights on the first one. I didn't flat out say who I was, but I'm pretty sure it's like Ruth figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. This is
I want the
watch that episode of Justice League, guys.
I want the exact words and the stipulations on like what counts as revealing yourself versus other people finding out about you or discovering you, because like if anyone is finding out your identity is enough to trigger it, regardless of what actions you take, then that's dumb and needs to be removed. And if it's anything less than that, I think we can argue.
True, but also I'm pretty sure the law is stupid and shouldn't count. Is not actually going to be a valid legal defense.
See, this is why you're my main defense. Also, I have the perfect gift for this.
The Lord of Chicago, declare that he did not reveal his identity to all of Chicago.
You're not the Lord of Chicago for the next few days.
Shit. We have to spend our 4th use for...
Do we need to delay for a few days so I can be Lord of Chicago again?
No, because then we get a second. We get the worst problem popping up. We have to solve this before that happens.
Yeah. Also, you won't have. I'm not allowed to leave until this trial is over.
Right. Fuck. Okay. So, yeah, I like the fact that we had basically 3 problems that immediately needed to be dealt with after the end of that fight. Going into then the thing of, yeah, we really need to take care of Felix as the main priority after.
Unfortunately, Felix is a couple rungs down at the moment.
Yeah. Felix is a normal superhero / mortal tier problem where you're dealing with magical bullshit.
I don't have my own magical bullshit currently.
Well, we have to figure out, like, we have to deal with the red tape, basically prevent her from putting Chicago and maybe more in a police state forever.
Nick, are they giving us their witness list?
It's far more dramatic.
Izzy, I'm going to actually give this to you. Would they do that normally? By how your backstory and how things would work?
I purposely left my backstory ambiguous for you to interpret as you will,
I
considering
think
this
for
is
the purpose of the train tribunal, because Mr. Station Master does in fact care about fairness, they will be giving you evidence and witnesses they are going to be trying to call on.
I want the list of witnesses.
I'm concerned if one of them if one of the names I think is going to show up is on that list. Is Mistake on that?
Absolutely.
Who's
Yeah.
Mistake?
Mistape? The red tape?
Mistape, the red tape.
Oh, good. Fucking great.
You know, I'm fine with this.
If she does come here, I really want to know what mental gymnastics she's going through to be like, yeah, magic's not real. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You are in a magical train station dimension. What more do you need?
As I said,
Also-
I did not say they will call on. I said they will try to call on.
I somehow don't think she's going to answer.
Nick, follow-up question, because this could be very funny or very stupid. Can everybody hear the trains talking in the magical train yard, or is it literally just going to be me and Mr.
Oh no, they can finally hear the trains. They can actually hear the trains now.
I'm going to definitely react to that a little like, Jesus Christ, they really do talk?
I mean, they have faces.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just a weird, creepy aesthetic.
So does my suit, but that doesn't mean it talks.
I mean, there's plenty of ways to talk without everyone hearing.
Okay, yeah, but you don't talk to your suit.
I was hoping the punchline was that all machines can actually talk in the train universe, and suddenly my fucking suit starts talking.
You know what? Actually, I think that might make much more sense. And your suit is like, "You're so nice, Dad."
Oh God!
That seems like a great note to end.
That is a perfect note to end on.
Maybe not. Maybe though, we shouldn't force Dan to suddenly be a father in a game again, though.
I feel like this comic is gonna like get limited runs.
The theme of this game is literally about fathers making poor choices.
It actually kind of is, though.
Listen, just because you decided to be a terrible dad and Izzy decided to be a terrible dad doesn't mean that Foundry has to be a terrible dad.
True.
I am very good to my suit.
Also, I can't imagine what real life inspirations Izzy and I are pulling on.
It's truly a mystery.
Truly, no one will ever know.
Oh my God. Well, here's the question: does Satanic Shot's gun talk in this realm, or do I just turn to Foundry and say, "See, the gun doesn't talk"? Crazy.
I point blank told you that the gun didn't talk.
The gun then talks immediately into Satanic Shot's head.
Oh, I haven't heard those words before. Interesting.
This group needs so much therapy.
It's
the
the
thing
20s.
I'm hoping.
Of course they do.
Wait, Nick.
So, the thing I'm hoping the most for with the train tribunal on just dumb bullshit is when we get to the third charge and the arguing for the that entity definitely did not have a valid claim, and therefore get to finally go over through what are the shenanigans that led to good spirits resurrecting the boogeyman.
Oh, that'll be fun to play out.
Oh, it's gonna be fantastic.
What's great about that is that.
Sorry, go.
I was gonna say what's great about that is you can just go like, excuse, objection. They stole my shit, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Overruled.
But like, Wex, you only know like what the tail end of that is, but you already know from just what the tail end is that was some dumb bullshit.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
and here is your witness list.
Okay, so
Red tape. Just okay.
Mercury. Oh, probably someone who's pissed off about tickets.
No, it's probably Mercury.
Yeah, it's probably actually Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Roman god Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a shit show.
Okay. Also, follow up. You said
I'm going to head off. This is going to be fun.
Oh, we're
Talk to
still
you
Yeah, I
later.
recording.
gotta head off too.
We're still
I just
recording
want-
right now.
Okay, I want one more thing on the recording before everybody goes.
Oh,
But since you said we're in the nice suite, clearly Foundry has got some of the happy cocaine to increase blood flow right before the trial because he's the primary defense lawyer.
Yep.
So start huffing that copium.
That's the good shit.
Yep. All right. And with that, we are going to end the recording. Boy, is next time going to be fun, everybody. Have a good night.
Train tribunal. Train tribunal. Train
Good night,
tribunal.
Internet.